What up, world? R.I.C.H coming right back at you. And today, we got to talk about DJ Akademiks going off on Atlanta rap after Lil Baby called him a fed in his new song snippet. And I'm going to be honest, as crazy as Akademiks can sound when he get mad, it is hard to act like he don't have a couple good points this time. Because Atlanta rap did not just wake up one day and lose respect. A lot of these artists helped create the conditions for people to start questioning them. They built careers on being gangster, connected, untouchable, solid, street certified, and different from everybody else. Then the court cases came. The paperwork came. The jail calls came. The pleas came. The internet got the screenshots, the audio, the clips, and the documents. And suddenly, the tough guy image wasn't easy to protect. So when Lil Baby calls Akademiks the feds, Akademiks did what Akademiks does. He crashed out. But he crashed out with ammunition that Atlanta rap gave him.
That's why I'm telling you, Atlanta gangster rap is a clown show right now. That's why we have Young Thug literally saying, I'm dropping an R&B album. Yes, nigga, you have no fucking choice. Because niggas don't want to hear you talk about certain shit when you niggas gaslit the entire industry for years. And niggas actually used to think that Atlanta was the place where all the real niggas was at. Then people realized that it's not true. If 50 Cent did what T.I. did and did all that it's not happening. 50 cannot talk like that in New York. So we got T.I., we have Jeezy, we have Young Thug. All of y'all got like actual 3-hour interrogation videos where they're literally spelling it out. This is how Atlanta is coming.
This is why I say the rappers created this themselves. You can't build your whole image around the street law, then get mad when people hold you to the street law. You can't rap for years about code, loyalty, silence, brotherhood, pressure, and never folding. And then act shocked when the public starts asking who really folded when the cases hit the table. Now let me be clear. I'm not saying every Atlanta artist is a rat. I'm not saying Akademiks has proved every claim he made, but I am saying Atlanta rap has been living in a contradiction for a long time. The music kept selling a life that the police were documenting in real time. And once the legal system entered the chat, the myth was gonna never be the same. That's what social media changed. In the 90s or even the early 2000s, a rapper could hide behind the mystery longer. You had rumors, street stories, magazines, word of mouth, but the average fan did not have everything in their hand 20 minutes after it happened. Now a jail call leaks and the whole country can dissect it by demo. A court document drops and everybody becomes a legal analyst. That is the new world these rappers are living in. They still want to sell the old image, but they're being tested by new technology. And the image is cracking. Akademiks knows that. That's why he hit Atlanta where it hurt. He didn't respond to Lil Baby like a media personality defending himself. He responded like a man saying, don't put that Fed label on me when your whole city got a lot of people with question marks. Calling somebody the feds is not just a joke. That can put a target on somebody. That can make people look at you different. That can make street dudes feel like they have permission to disrespect you. So I understand why Akademiks took it personal. But the reason his response landed is because Atlanta is already sensitive around the snitch topic.
Atlanta is down bad because y'all don't want to admit the truth. Y'all are down bad because y'all had Big Bank y'all sent out trying to answer the question of what is street shit. Y'all have gone every way trying to explain this, but not take accountability. Atlanta rappers, if you harbor, if you salute Young Thug, if you salute Gunna, Lil Baby, we don't want to hear you talk about who's telling when the people you should be addressing first is within. Let me tell you the difference between New York and Atlanta. And this is not a citywide issue. There's not one New York rapper that co-signed 6ix9ine. Not one. Not one. They kicked him out the bus. Literally. You know that Young Thug can't go to Atlanta, so that's why he moved to Florida. He's in Miami. You know who moved to Florida too? Lil Baby. He moved to Florida that he could go hang with his best friend. But then he's calling other niggas rats. How we listen to Lil Baby talking about that type of stuff? Now I get it. Because some people might act, you're not gangster. I get it. But I'm telling you why gangster rap is dead in Atlanta. Till y'all call a spade, it will never be back. Lil Baby, here's a great idea for a song. Tell us how your man flirted with the cops, gave the number, and told the cops if the cop will fuck with him, he'll snitch on everybody else. But you won't do that.
This is bigger than Lil Baby. Lil Baby just said the word that made Akademiks open the file cabinet. Atlanta has been one of the most powerful cities in hip-hop for over a decade. But power does not protect you from hypocrisy. When Gunna took that alpha plea, the whole country started arguing about what counts as snitching. When Young Thug's case stretched out in public, people saw how much real life was connected to music, friendships, labels, and street politics. When jail calls and private conversations started leaking, fans got to hear how different people sound when the camera is off and the pressure is real. That doesn't mean everybody is guilty of the same thing, but it does mean the fantasy has been damaged. And Atlanta rap can't just rap over that damage like nothing happened. The fans remember, the bloggers remember, the police remember, and people like Akademiks definitely remember. That's why this moment feels like a turning point. It's not just one blogger disrespecting the city. It's a city's rap image being forced to answer for the gap between what it performs and what the public has seen. And the industry is treating Atlanta different because the tough talk don't feel as untouchable as it used to. A lot of rappers wanted the benefit of the gangster image without the image ever being investigated. That's not how this era works. You cannot live online, rap like a mafia boss, post your crew, claim your side, turn your real life into content, and then act surprised when police, media, and fans start connecting the dots. The same internet that helps build an image can help destroy the image. And that is what Atlanta is learning in public. Akademiks may be messy, but he is not inventing the whole problem. He is pointing at a wound that was already open. The reason people are mad is because he's putting his finger on it. And when he claims that Atlanta rappers are calling him behind the scenes, apologizing for Baby, that also tells you something. Even if you don't believe every word he says, the idea makes sense. Because nobody in the city wants one lyric to make Akademiks start naming names, playing audio, or dragging the whole scene into the snitching conversation again. That is how fragile this image has become. When the whole city has to be worried about one blogger getting mad, that means the foundation is not as strong as the music made it look.
Right now, Memphis niggas the realest niggas in the land. Then Chicago niggas. I ain't gonna lie, Atlanta is tanking. I think Atlanta going for a lottery pick. Atlanta's going for a lottery pick. Okay? Atlanta at this point is saying, fuck this season, let's get to next.
This is why I think Atlanta rappers need to stop being mad at the mirror. Akademiks ain't make people take pleas. Akademiks ain't make nobody get on jail calls. Akademiks ain't make rappers turn street politics into marketing. He is just loud enough, petty enough, and connected enough to say the quiet part in a way that embarrasses people. That's why this hurts. Because if he was lying, the response would be easy. But when a man says something too close to what people already suspect, it starts sticking even if you hate the messenger. And that is where Atlanta is right now. The city still has talent, still has influence, still helps shape the sound of modern hip-hop. But the street credibility part has been damaged by too much real-life contradiction. You can't keep rapping like a general when your whole army looks confused under pressure. You can't keep selling brotherhood when the whole industry hears about people talking, pleading, distancing themselves, or playing both sides. That is why Lil Baby's line backfired. He may have thought he was throwing a simple shot at Akademiks, but he gave Akademiks a reason to put Atlanta's whole gangster image on trial. And that is a trial Atlanta rap really don't want right now, because the old rules are gone. The days of just saying you solid and expecting everybody to believe it is over. The internet wants receipts. The courts create receipts. The blogs find receipts. And if the receipts don't match the rap image, the public is going to laugh at the contradiction. That's why I say gangster rap has changed for the worse in the social media era. Not because people were more honest back then. People was lying back then too. The difference is they had more room to keep the lie alive. Now the lie has to survive a phone camera, court files, leaked audio, and rappers who can't stop talking when they should be quiet. So when Akademiks says Atlanta is not respecting hip-hop, I don't hear that as just him dissing the city. I hear it as him saying the culture has allowed too many artists to play dangerous roles without honoring the code they claim. And whether you like Akademiks or not, that part is hard to argue with. Because if the image is fake, stop selling it. If the code is dead, stop rapping like it's alive. If everybody is making business decisions when the case gets real, stop pretending the music is built on an unbreakable bond. That's the honest conversation. Atlanta rap ain't dead, but the era where Atlanta rappers could hide behind the tough guy image without the internet checking receipts is over. So my message is simple. Don't build a career on street rules, then get mad when street rules get applied to you. Don't put the gangster image in the music, then get mad when the media dude uses your own image against you. And don't call somebody else the feds when your own house has been dealing with federal questions, too many courtroom stories, and too many contradictions for that shot to land clean. Akademiks may be loud. He may be disrespectful. He may even be doing too much. But Atlanta rap gave him that opening. And once you give Akademiks an opening, he is going to turn it into content, embarrassment, and a whole citywide conversation. That's not just Akademiks being Akademiks. That's the bill coming due for years of gangster image, real cases, public contradictions, and a culture that still wants the respect of the streets without always living by the rules it raps about. But hey, that's just my opinion. What's yours? Like, comment, subscribe, establish rich. I'll be back with another one. Peace.